It took me a little bit longer to get live than I wanted to take, so. But. YouTube share. It's obviously 40 autographs plus the national pack, so the 10 boxes plus national pack. Trinity comes out next week. I'll probably throw some Eclectic into maybe some mixers with the Trinity because I do have a lot of Trinity coming. I mean, it's partially my fault they're late, I was going to say. I'm not going to punish you guys for that. Plus, I thought I was going to have to sort the soccer break, and the guys already sorted it, so that's a pleasant surprise. So I'm actually not upset about having to run this break at all, to be honest. I was more worried I want to make sure that Topps Chrome Soccer got out in a timely manner. And I know that none of them, I know they're learning soccer, but even I'm not, I mean, I know the players, but like, I mean, I know the teams for sure, and I know some of the players and where they're at, but soccer has so many moving parts sometimes that I didn't want them to be overwhelmed by it trying to do it, especially in a Topps Chrome's a pretty expensive product, so. But already taken care of, which is good. More surprised because I told them I would take care of it if they were unsure, so can't complain there at all. 4 cards per box. Each box or each card is gonna be an autograph. I will move some of the ones that are some of the ones that are in there tight or crooked. We have Jesse Orosco on my checklist. He is the Mets. I know he's in the Cleveland uniform. I'm not going to switch him to Cleveland because they did a price list with the Mets, and I wasn't going to move everything around. He came up as a Met, so I assumed he was going to be in a Mets jersey without seeing anything, but he is on the Mets checklist. We have Braden Taylor, and I didn't want anybody to be like, they looked at the checklist the first time, realized what the guys were, and be like, hey, why did Orosco move? Going to the Mets, I actually think, no, Brandon Kelly is a Met, so that'll be Brandon's card. We're going to have Braden Taylor for the Rays. Nice hit there. He's a top 100 guy, 1 out of 5. Then we're going to have Sam Robertsy, 2 out of 7. We're going to have the Thrillers, Ethan Holiday on the 4 out of 9. Going to go to Mike on the high schoolers and college guys. I'm actually surprised nobody grabbed the Guardians early, just because Bazana is in there on this checklist, the first overall pick. Man, I really hope for my collection that Jackson Holiday comes up pretty hot. I need to get rid of some of this stuff. We have none other than David Festa. I thought it was Paul Skeens at first. Seen the black jersey, and it's David Festa. We have Chase Davis for the Cardinals, and that's going to be a 1 of 6 on the first round gems. Then we have Luis Perales on the 4 of 5 on the rising stock. Then we have Ethan Salas on the Vivid, 7 out of 10. Padres made a lot of big moves today, I was going to say. Ethan Salas. I'm sure he was a cheaper signature. I know they signed him originally when Jackson Holiday was in the boxes to get dual autographs with Jackson. I'm assuming Jackson Holiday is going to be more in the Trinity stuff, I would hope. I mean, we'll see. I haven't seen a checklist left yet for Trinity. We got Victor Scott II. It's going to be a 3 out of 9 on the Rising Stock. Color match on the red. We have Daniel Espino for the Guardians on the Flash color. Then we have Joey Loupe, who's now a Blue Jay, but obviously in this he is part of the Astros. We have the Boombastic Dave Winfield, which I know is a die cut. I don't really like taking die cuts out, but like, what is going on? 1 out of 5. I think I have Winfield on the Padres, if I'm not mistaken. Obviously, he's in the Yankees uniform. But 1 out of 10, but he is a Padre in this, just so you guys know. I made sure I shared the checklist again underneath the break, so there's no questions. Like I said, I'm like 95% sure I have him as the Padres. Because to me, Dave Winfield in my head's a Padre, so I think he did most of his work as a Padre. I think most people would consider. I mean, I know some Yankee fans probably consider him a Yankee, but I would assume most people consider him a Padre in their head. Maybe I'm wrong on that take. We have Roman Anthony for the Red Sox. It's going to be a 1 of 2. Nice hit there on the Omnichrome. We have Juan Brito for the Guardians on the 5 of 8, going to Mitch. We're going to have Colt Emerson on the 4 of 4 for the Mariners. That's why I made the list myself rather than take somebody else's, so that I kind of have it burned into my memory because I did a list myself. We have Drew Burris. Well, you got one. I don't know if you saw in the beginning. You have one already. You have one Ethan Holiday, Mike. Like, I'm curious to see if guys like Ethan Holiday are going to be in Trinity, because I don't know what they're going to use. Perfect. I'm assuming they're not, because he's in perfect game, but we're going to have Walker Martin, 5 of 6. I have Ethan Petty on the 101. Thomas White on the Rising Stock, 5 of 10. We got Chase Burns on the money. Five of 5. I like the green money card probably the most out of the money options. Yeah, there's an Ethan Salas. There's an Ethan Holiday Thrillers. I could have also just got bad cases, but I don't necessarily disagree. We have Devin Taylor on the 1 of 9. I have Gavin Grahovic on the 1 of 3. We have David Matoma, 1 of 6. And then we're going to have Ethan Salas on the 101. Superfractor, or whatever you want to call it. Gold vinyl, not superfractor. Gold vinyl Diamond Wonders, Ethan Salas. This is almost like their version of Chronicles. Like, it's like all the extra all the extra cards from other sets that didn't make it in there. I'm really excited for that football product that Topps is coming out with. End of the month, right before training camp. I think it's gonna be a really good product, dude. I think the composition. We have Vargas on the 1 of 4. We have another Vargas on the 2 of 4. So 2 out of 4 is Vargas's for the Rockies. Walker Martin on the 1 of 7. And then, of course, dope triple trigraphs on the 1 of 3. You got George Brett, Paul Molitor, and Wade Boggs. So we're going to have the Red Sox, which is Mitch. We're going to have the Brewers, which is Travis. And then we're going to have the Royals, which is Zachary Allen. I'll have to get you guys into a chat and have you guys talk it out. How you guys want to do that one? Triple auto of 3 Hall of Famers. I'm not gonna lie, I was hoping Mitch had 2 of the 3 teams because those are the tough ones. Because like Zach's a Royals fan, and then I'm pretty sure that Travis is a Brewers fan, so they're gonna be very, very much into wanting to get Molitor and Brett. We have Adolfo Sanchez on the green, 4 out of 5. So I know we haven't really talked about this, but this is actually a big Reds hit here. He was the number 5 guy in international. He's going to be one of the chases in Bowman Chrome, Brian. So I know you've got a couple autos of his, but this, before Bowman Chrome comes out, when it's announced, I would almost, when people start doing research, I would try to put these up on eBay. Because people are going to do research and be like, that's the number 5 prospect. We have Luis Morales on the 3 of 4. We have Rainer Arias, which he looks really fat in this picture, man. What they do? Get him on the Pablo Sanchez or Pablo Sandoval diet. Rising stock on the red. It's like way in the corner. I don't like that. Red lava. 1 of 4. Even some of the guys, like I know we were talking about like the high school guys, like this guy's going to be a top 10 pick. But, I mean, it's hard to sell the high school guy. I don't want to make the high school and college guys way too high up. Grahovic will probably be a top. Grahovac will probably be a top 5, top 10, top 5 pick in the next draft. We have Arjun Namala and Emmanuel Bonilla for the Blue Jays going to Brandon Kelly. Nice dual auto here, 2 of 5. But it's hard to like super hype up the high school and college guys because like they also could have a terrible college year and be in like a 5th round pick. So it's like a give and take with those guys. But based on what they're talking about, the Grahovic kid, from what I've seen, is supposed to be a top 10 pick. And obviously Ethan Salas is supposed to be a top 10 pick as well, right? Or Ethan Salas. Ethan Holiday is supposed to be a top 10 pick as well. So it's just, well, Ethan Holiday will be no matter what because there's no way he's going to be magically bad in perfect game in high school. We have Michael Arroyo, 2 of 2 for Seattle. We have Moises Ballesteros on the 101 on the Tiger cracked ice. We're going to have River Ryan on the Flash Photography, 3 of 9. And Lee for the Giants, 2 of 10. So you got Arias and then a Lee back to back. That's pretty nice. Last box here, minus, well, obviously we'll have the national pack as well. Which I think kind of tied in a little bit into this is there's not too many active players, obviously, but with the prospects, the national pack seems to have some prospects. I wonder if the Marlins will ever stop being Major League Baseball's farm system. We have 1 of 4, Anthony Paguero. I mean, them and the Pirates normally just boost their other teams. We have Kyle Teal for the Red Sox, 4 of 10 going to Mitch. Then we're going to have Santiago Suarez on the 5/8. Then we're going to have the quad autograph, 2/5, George Lombard Jr., Will Warren, Carlos Lagrange, and Brando Mayea. 2/5 for the Yankees and Jose Garcia. So let me get into this national pack. The Bowman did break, Rob. I was going to say. I don't remember. You got an auto in it. I'm not sure who it is, and even if I knew, I wouldn't tell you. Make it go watch at least the recap. We have Tommy Troy. I have Kyle Teal, Mookie Betts, and J-Rod. So nothing crazy in the national pack, unfortunately. But they're kind of hit or miss, which is why I'm just kind of putting them in breaks as more of an incentive. Because you can hit monster autographs and parallels like you've seen with the Basalo, but in general, there's no way I could charge $150 or whatever people were charging on Whatnot and randomly around the marketplace for a pack that's so hit or miss, man. I don't know how people... That's just fucking criminal, dude. That's part of the reason some... Mike, I can't do that because I have to wait till 9 a.m. tomorrow. I can do it tomorrow. I was going to say, I have a case set aside for it, but I can't do it until tomorrow, unfortunately. I can have, if you want to do it while you're trying to push cards, I can have Rodney open some on camera. We're going to have Suarez. I'm going to do a quick recap of the entire break. We have Suarez, Kyle Teal, Paguero, Lee. I have River Ryan, Ballesteros. We're going to have Michael Arroyo, Arias. I have Morales, Sanchez, Walker Martin. Yeah, I was going to say they're pretty strict about that. We have Vargas. We have Matoma. We have Grahovac. And I have Devin Taylor, Burns, Thomas White, Walker Martin, Boris, Brito, Dave Winfield. We're going to have Espino, Victor Scott II, Perales. You got the website I sent you yesterday for Hit Kings, right? Yeah, but they made it 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time because the problem is like the West Coast guys like Brian, it's not the next day, so it's not fair, and then it becomes like, well, then they're breaking it technically a day early. Normally, if Brad, the guy that owns the business is Brad. Normally, if Brad has a case up, he's normally the best price. He owns a pretty big shop in Cincinnati, so he has way more options when it comes to selling to the public at the case quantity. We have Bonilla and Arjun. Namala, where we have Roman Anthony. We have the quad patch, Lombard, Will Warren, Lagrange, and Maea. We have Petri. I have Festa, Orozco, Loupe Fido, Robertsy. We have Brett Molitor and Boggs. We have Chase Davis, Colt Emerson, Ethan Salas, Ethan Holiday, Braden Taylor, and another Ethan Salas. And that's going to be the break, guys. I appreciate y'all as always. Tomorrow, Museum Collection, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm going to literally schedule it when I get home tonight. I'm going to schedule it. So it'll be live at 11 a.m. I will have a price preview when I do the break, whatever, preview, the whatever's breaking tomorrow. I will let you know, 11 a.m., Mike. I was going to say, for the first one. I have 8 cases, so... Oh, 11:30. My bad. 11:30. You're right. 11:30. 11:30 because I wanted to make sure that some guys that started work at 8 had a chance. Like, let's say Brian starts work at 8 o'clock. Most people don't start their shift at 8:30, so they normally start like on the hour in office jobs. I wanted to make sure guys could either plan on their way to work or whatever else. I do have 8 cases. However, I will let you know one of them's for personal. So for breaks, I probably have about 6 cases total, as I'm assuming that if I do personals for you, other people are going to want personals, and then I'm going to have a case on Loupe for personals. So I'm going to put 6 aside. Opening day 6 is a decent amount. I think there's going to be extra waves of museum collection. We'll see. I'm going to ask for more tomorrow already. Yeah, the Giants are not. The Giants are like a medium-ish team. I will let you know some of the teams are like $500+. Only a couple of them, I was going to say. I think there's only one team over 500. I think there's a couple in the 400 range. Near 400, I should say. And then there's a few that are in the mid-200s. But like I said, it's over $400 a box for a case. 12 cases, I mean, that puts the break at over $5,000. So by the time I got to account for fees and everything. So it is something that is not the... I have to go relook at the checklist and compare. I was going to say, I will give it to you. I'll put it in private. I'm not going to say it because I don't want someone to try to hold it to me. I'll put what I have. I'll show you. I'll send you the price list of what I have right now. I might tweak it a little bit because I want to see what the market looks like, because whenever I did the price guide, I did what I thought they should be, and then I compared around, and there was only like 6 breakers that had prices up, so I want to kind of see what other people think about the Orioles. I think they were a little bit higher than I would have had them. But the market might value the Gunnar Henderson stuff more than I think it's valued, so I gotta double check in the morning on a couple of the prices. But I'll give you what I have as a price. Like, I have a price list already made up, but I'm gonna tweak it a little bit. So I'll give it to you so you have a rough idea. But in general, it could go down. It probably won't go up. It might go up though, but I doubt it. I was gonna say, unless people magically thought the Orioles should be more money than they did like 2 days ago. So I'll send it to both of you guys. Only because I know you guys won't be like, oh, what the hell if I switch the price a little bit if we talk about it. Some other guys will be like, oh, wow, you switched the price. That's fucked up. Like, it's not because anybody has interest. It's literally because I went around the market and the market determined that this team should be higher than I thought it should be. There's times where, like, I mean, y'all seen it with the Topps Chrome. People had the Mariners super high, and it's because they didn't look at the odds and thought that you could get the Ken Griffey Jr. outside of Breakers Delight. And if you notice in my Topps Chrome, I have Breakers Delight Mariners a little bit higher when it comes to ratios, but that's because you can get the Ken Griffey, and then whenever he's not an option in Hobby and Jumbo, the price drops, right? Like, people don't always think about, like, the actual checklist. They just look at the team name and know, like, oh, I know customers that'll just spend money on the Mariners. Like, that's a shitty way to price your breaks. You're being a prick. Anyways, I will send you guys a price list. You guys have a good night. I will catch y'all tomorrow because I'm sure we're going to fill up some